Hi, this is Babs and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to do a mini junk journal, but before I get started I would just like to say I am so privileged to be a part of this video hop as sponsored by Shannon Green. And what you do after you watch my video, you click on the next link and follow each one of the creative video hops, and I know you're going to enjoy it because we have some very creative ladies on this hop. So what I'm going to do today, I am going to make a mini junk journal, and it measures 5.5 by 8. So what this is here is a Great Value fruit and grain box, and what I did, here is the box, and I just cut it and I open it here and I cut the sides. As you can see, the sides are cut. I've already done it for you. And what I do, I just take my glue gun and I just glue this part here down, and this just reinforces it. Okay, so I've already done the inside of the book for you. I've already applied my napkin. So now I'm going to do the front and back cover. So what I did already, I glued a music sheet to the front and back cover. Okay, so now what I am going to do now, I am just going to apply the napkin. First, I'm just going to use white glue. Make sure you add a generous amount. I added a little water to it. So make sure you get the edges and the corners really good because you don't want your napkin lifting up. So just move the glue all over, and you have to be very careful when you're laying your napkin down because you want to try to get it on as straight as possible. I've already added some of the napkins to the edges because the napkin wasn't wide enough, so I've already added a napkin to the edge. So just going to put it on, make sure I get the edges really nice. Just do a little pat, and then I'm going to go over it again with my glue over the top, being very careful, and sometimes your hands get really sticky and you don't want to tear your napkin, so you add more glue. And you see this part here at the bottom where I don't have a border, I'm going to cut this part off because I want to have a border. So I cut a border. Just put that down. I want to add a border to the bottom, so I really can't all, seem like I used all my glue, so it's all ready, sticky. So I just add that border to the bottom. You see, try to line it up as best as you can, which I did a pretty good job, and you just go over it with your glue, and this glue down the edges really nice. So your front side and your back side will be your inside rather will be glued down really well. Now as you can see, now the back side and the front cover and the back cover is done. And I put on, I love to use, it's folk art, and it's called Extreme Glitter, and I get it from Walmart. It's in a small bottle, and I love it because it makes your art projects really shine and glitter. And I applied that. Once this dry, I apply it to the front and back cover. Okay, Okay, here is the final step where I'm going to add my signatures, and I have already punched the book, and I've already punched the pages. Now you line it up, and what I have the seam binding here that I dye with Indian ink, and it's Hug Snug seam binding, and you have to make sure it's lined up. So you go through, I go through the bottom, and my little tip here is to put glue on the edges of the seam binding so that I will be able to stick it through the hole easier. Okay, so that's the bottom, and then I go to the top, make sure it's the first hole, stick it through the book and on through the pages. Okay, doing that wrong. So what I could do, I could take the bottom and go through this way. Alright, this is live, so thread it through the hole, and thread it through the top hole, which is the first one. Okay, and you grab the both of them, and I usually have my son to put his finger here and hold it, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. Okay, so you tie it at the top. I always tie it at the top. I have my son to put his finger, but I'm just going to try to do it myself. And you pull it as tight as you can. There it is. And you take off your binder clips, and you have the first signature in. First signature is in, pretty good. And then you do the second one. You do the second one the same way. See the two signatures here? Flipping really nice. You can add your, cut this off if you want to, but then you could go and then you can add your little charms at the end of the at the end of the seam binding. See here? And this is another one. This is another one you can add. Beautiful charms. This is a lock you can add. So you add all of your charms to the end of the seam binding. Now what I'm going to do for the front cover is I have already made these cute little embellishments, and I'm going to show you what it says. It says my, and what I did, I applied little stickers, and I put cardboard on the back so it can be like almost 3D. So it says my, made my own little embellishments. This is just cardboard, and this is just hardware I got from Tim Holtz, and this is at the end, and it says my journey. Okay, so there it is, ladies. It's my mini junk journal, and without really sewing, it's just a tie-in, two signatures. And I hope you enjoyed it and be inspired, and don't forget to click on the next video and hop your way through. Okay, thank you, and be inspired.